friends, Sam from Sam's Disney Diary here. It is November the 13th. November the 13th, halfway through November. That means Christmas is in the air. That right there is the blue-haired blogger himself, Greg from Fantasyland News. Greg, we got lots to talk about. Look what I got this week.
Hoy hoy, Sam. Look, my guy's sitting on a shelf right behind me, too. I'm with you.
I love it. Popcorn
Dude,
buckets, brand new, baby.
So much to talk about this week. We got holidays at Hollywood Studios. Then we're going to discuss Jollywood Nights. We got the new show, Glisten. What's this? We're going to talk about all the characters we met and greeted. I don't know. Met and greeted. Something
You're all
like
over that, dude. I hit every show. Oh, man.
I hit every character. I got a good Lotso story that I can't share very well, so we'll see if we can keep it PG. I may have propositioned Lotso Bear. That's between me and Bear. I don't know.
That's between you and Bear.
Very Merry Christmas party. Gingerbread houses, gingerbread carousels, gingerbread delis, D23 villains.
Christmas tree strolls.
Yeah. Christmas tree strolls at Disney Springs. And then, of course, Sam, so much. This show is packed with so much information. Until then, roll that beautiful bean footage.
Greg, a little new music there.
I liked it, man. Bluesy. Hey, before we get started, Sam, real quick, I have to make this announcement because it just popped up. If you are a D23 Gold member and you live in one of 12 different cities, you can get Moana 2 advanced screening tickets complimentary tomorrow morning at 9 Pacific, 1 p.m. our time or noon our time, something like
9
that.
9 Pacific is noon for us. Yeah.
So check the D23 site. Also,
what are the cities? Give me the cities. I've done this for Mary Poppins.
It's going to be like L.A., Phoenix, Philadelphia.
I'm interested in the second tier cities. Come on, just go to the NFL cities and I'll be fine. That's what I want.
Yeah, good luck on that. But I will say this, Sam, also just announced for us here at Walt Disney World, we not only get a preview of Moana 2, which is different than an advanced screening, we also get a party on November 25th at House of Blues Orlando. We get to see the movie, and then we get to dance the night away and take pictures and hang out with people. $25. Yeah.
That's awesome. It should be at the Poly, but I digress.
Of course
it should be at the Poly.
But how are you going to get people? I mean, buses. Sam, how are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing great. Look, it was wonderful to see you. I am fresh back from my latest trip. with my wife and my youngest child, and it was phenomenal. We hung out at Jollywood Nights. We hung out at Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. It was incredible. Great to see you and the family.
It was busy. It was busy. That was a busy trip, but man, we have so much. You know what? Busy is my lifestyle down here. So I'm glad you and the family could make it down. It was wonderful to meet your family and hang out. And hopefully I didn't embarrass you too much.
No, not too much. Just a little bit. That's okay.
Just a little bit. But that's me.
Was completely expected.
Yeah.
So let's start with Jollywood Nights, dude, because it's here. It's opened. There's a lot of things happening at Jollywood Nights. And by the way, I see what you have there. Let me go back there for a second because I have my pamphlet, my booklet here as well, the map. And I have to say, this was incredible as far as all of the information inside of this thing. I referred to it continually throughout the night because some of these times were not in the Times Guide, or not in the Times Guide, not in the app. There's no more Times Guide. But it was a lot of great information. Let's push through a little bit. Of course, new this year. This is his second year for Jollywood Nights. New this year was Glisten, which is the skating show. We're going to talk about that in just a second.
Right.
But I wanted to start with the map because I have that here. Right, Greg? This was amazing. All of the treats, all of the food, which were really good. We're going to touch base on a little bit of those, what I tried, what you tried. But this was my go-to for entertainment for the night. What's this? The Glisten, Jingle Bell, Jingle Bam, the Holidays in Hollywood, all of the times listed, the Pixar Dance Party, Echo Lake Holiday Celebration. So much going on that you need.
What's nice about that is nice to have, and it's great. But when you have the creator of the party tell you what to do, you throw your times away and you follow him around the party for the rest of the evening.
But clearly there needs to be sort of like an A group and a B group and a C group. Not that one's better than the other, but just start here, then proceed to the next thing while somebody else is at a different thing. Because if you look at it, they overlap each other. So what's this?
Which is perfect.
Sing along is the same time as Disney's Holidays in Hollywood, which is in the Hollywood, the Theater of the Stars with Kermit and Miss Piggy. And
they're working our advantage this year.
Yeah.
The party felt so wonderful this year compared to 2023 because of overlapping those times and because more people were soaked into shows that the rest of the party felt perfect. It was.
I also think that
party.
Last year we went the first night. This year it was the first night, right?
Yeah, first night again.
It felt a world different. They were prepared for this party. There were things available. You could actually get food without waiting in a huge line.
You could breathe
get into the shows. There was merchandise all over the place.
Lots of merchandise. Over at Studio One, both you and I went over to Studio One in the Muppets Courtyard, which was open for this, and it was open for PhotoPass. But let's talk about merch first.
Yeah, let's talk about merch. I just threw them into one collage here of images. Of course, Ollie is the gingerbread man, I guess. Gingerbread person.
Gingerbread man.
Yeah, that's fine. The Christmas ornament I liked. That was the only thing that I would have gotten.
You just go, that's Ollie. It's fine. No, I need more Ollie in my life. I need him as a character.
Well, yes, and that's why I say he's okay, because he's really a neon sign that you get your picture with at the end of the day.
I have an idea. When we get to Glisten, I have an idea for you.
Oh, okay. Wonderful. Yeah. You want Jolly skating?
Okay, I'll give it to you now. Let's wait till we get to Glisten. I have ideas for Glisten.
Okay, all right. So also there were multiple merchandise locations, plenty of signs to say where you could get that merch. Compare that to last year, there was one location and it wasn't well marked, and there was a line all the way down Hollywood Boulevard to get to it. It was sold out halfway through the first party.
Yeah, and they didn't. They only had the T-shirt, so having all this was really nice.
Plenty of merchandise. It was awesome. People loved it. Gobbled it up, and there's still lots left. Also inside Studio One. Studio One, of course, is the store just outside of Muppet Vision, where the Muppets were. We finally got inside of that again. That's where this merch was. A lot of the Muppet things are gone. You and I commented that the Electric Mayhem band that used to be up on the rafter, we were hoping were there. Those guys aren't there anymore. Unfortunate, but is what it is.
No, but there's little subtle things that you see up there, like you still see the backstage of the Muppet Show with all the doors and the dressing rooms, and there's little nods here and there.
There's little nods that they haven't removed. It's
right, they haven't removed them.
Now they promised this to be a unique photo pass opportunity and some props from the Muppet Christmas Carol. Was that how they phrased it, Greg?
Yeah, it was supposed to be the clacker or the timestamp from the Muppets Christmas Carol. They didn't have it when you and I were in there, but they did have it later in the night.
Yes, it showed up later in the night. There were a few other things. Now there were a couple of options when it came to photo passes. So yes. While you went to get one of these done, I recorded an image of yourself and Holly going through this process of creating this very unique.
By the way, hi, John. Thank you so much. Pass. Hi, Meredith. Yes, hello to Dapper Vanta Crew.
A very unique ability here. And I do have video of this. I'm going to mute the sound. But this was the camera that you see on the arm there, and it's kind of moving around quite a bit. You guys did a little dance number, which was fabulous, by the way. And you can see the camera did some really unique things while you guys were doing that. It spun around in circles and did all kind of strange things. So I'm sitting back going, I'm not exactly sure what just happened there. Meaning, what is the camera doing that you can see as part of that? But really cool. So that was the creative process, and we can compare that to the end result, which you shared there, Greg, which I think is fabulous. This is what showed up on your phone. Super cool. That is so cool, man.
Waka this way, my friend. I got a photo pass with Fozzie Bear and my beautiful wife.
It is fabulous. And John, you're absolutely right. Yeah, that's cool. I'm going to play it again this time without the sound. So cool how it came out. And I love that Fozzie grabs the camera and it spins upside down. That's kind of what's going on there. And I just think that's the coolest.
So cool. Now, you did it after I did it, and you did a different version of it.
I did different. I don't have mine handy right now. But, there were some rubber chickens there, and I danced with the rubber chicken because I couldn't get anyone in my family.
The rubber chicken was slapped out of my hand. I was told to do a good job, and because my wife
and you did a fabulous job,
had gotten dressed and looked beautiful, I was like, I'm not going to embarrass her too much.
And you did the right thing. On the other hand, my wife said, "Take the chicken. I'm not going."
Your wife,
she said it's the chicken or me, and I picked the chicken. I screwed that up.
I have to say, I gave your wife the idea afterwards of she should have just thrown chickens at you while it was going on in slow-mo, and we could have had 3D chickens flying across the room. Brilliant idea, a little too late.
Great idea, all right, so that was new for this year, new photo prop. Not new, but returning was the Twilight Soiree over at the Tower of Terror.
And they had a great photo pass down there, too, also.
They did have a great photo pass. I did not wait in the line. The line was still long, but they at least had it managed and under control this year.
Yeah, it depended on what time you got there. We got there around 10:20 after Jingle Bell.
I was there much earlier than that.
And it was peaceful, and it was quiet, and it was not crowded like it was last year. So I think a lot of this depends on what time you did and where you were at that time.
That's some great advice. We went there earlier in the night, and it was crowded. Although I am going to add here, for both the Mickey's Very Merry and for Jollywood Nights, we stepped out a little bit. So in other words, we went over here, we looked through the Twilight Soiree. Then, being with one of my children and my wife, they said, "Hey, you want to ride Rock and Roller Coaster?" Which was posted as 10 minutes. And Greg, we walked right on, even walked straight through the pre-show area, which was propped open. There was no stopping.
Nice.
Walk in, and we were on maybe 3 cars later. We rode Rock and Roller Coaster. So awesome. We snuck that in. Pretty cool.
Yeah, we only got one ride in. So that's awesome that you were able to do that.
We were. I wanted to jump to some. This photo is from Disney. And I figured we'd do some comparisons, Greg, of what Disney shares of the turkey popover and the banana shake with Kermit and Fozzie on it. And
I should have got the banana shake.
Oh,
It was
I
just too much
absolutely got
sugar.
that banana shake, my man.
Yeah.
I absolutely got that banana shake. So this is the image that Disney had shared. They were both available at Fairfax Fair. The shake actually available there and at Hollywood Scoops next door.
No line. It was peaceful. It was great. There was no line getting in and out of there. It was quick and easy.
Agree. Maybe 2 people in front of us, but it was real quick. And they had lots of people both scooping ice cream and making these things in the back, and lots of registers running at the same time. So there on top, you see the holiday turkey popover along with the Kermit's frozen banana shake, the just sides as well. I did not get the just sides. These are my images. That is my shake, which was really, really good.
Yeah.
The straw, I need a banana for scale here, Greg. But if you look at it, the straw is really, really big. And it is really, really big. And it was so big that thing was gone really quick. My only complaint about it.
I told you, banana for scale everything anymore.
Yes. The turkey popover in the center, that is my version. I'm going to go to my next slide here, which is your version of both the turkey popover and the, what was it? The everything but sides popover?
It was the sides popover. It was the turkey dinner sides popover, which was mac and cheese and collard greens. And it was just the sides
popover. That's exactly what it's called. Just the sides.
And it was
so, yeah, tell me about these.
Oh, so I actually really enjoyed it. I love bread. This was like a cornbread bread, and like it wasn't full on cornbread, but it
was not full on cornbread. That's right.
The turkey one was great. It was turkey dinner. Like you had your turkey, your mashed potatoes, the cranberry on top. The side roll was the popover. The macaroni and cheese and the collard greens works really well. Really well. And then
I was worried about it. That's why I didn't
get it. By the time you have the sides one, you were then having too much bread. But overall, the flavors were really good. And I really liked this because it had like little bits of bacon in it. Like if you would find real collard greens, it might have like ham hock or ham in there. And that's what it reminded me of. And it was delicious.
That's cool. And I see some comments there that Holly liked the sides, but not the turkey so much.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's Disney mass-produced turkey pieces, but
it was still good.
It was still good.
I liked it. The cranberry, the potatoes were awesome. The bread was just okay to me. I didn't feel like it was a popover like I know popovers, which are much more light and fluffy than this
I have heard that from many people. I think Holly said that also, and I think you guys have a valid opinion on that.
Now, I also want to do a quick comparison to Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, because I had the turkey burger with stuffing and cranberries at Cosmic Ray's.
Yeah, you did.
This is 1,000% better than the burger at Cosmic Ray's. This is a real slice of turkey like you would get at over at Liberty Tree. Turkey Thanksgiving dinner. The burger that I had was not. It was a mass.
It was a turkey burger.
It was a turkey burger patty, and I did not.
What you need is a burger with a piece of turkey on top, and then gravy on.
Agree. With a slice of turkey like that on top would have been awesome.
Yes.
Awesome. Next picture. Yes. This was yours, and I wasn't sure if this was a Jollywood Nights or not until I noticed the wristband, and I thought, yeah, I think that is a Jollywood Nights. So, do you recall what these two were?
Yes, and I want to make sure I get the drink correct, but it was the Buffalo Spring Rolls.
Oh, those are Buffalo Spring Rolls,
which was and then it was the Buffalo Spring Rolls, and then the drink was, because it was one of the best drinks I had.
Okay.
It was the caramel apple cider with moonshine.
Ooh.
Yeah, okay. It was
spring rolls.
Both of them were very good. A little sugary. I was not like that top part was like a toffee crunch.
Like it would be a caramelish thingy.
Yeah. The drink itself, flavorful. We again, I want to give props to Disney is we just kind of were walking around and it wasn't open yet. And as we walked over, they were like, they'll turn the lights on and said, we're open. And we were first in line and we're able to get those drinks and spring rolls and have a great snack.
Awesome. And I see the feedback. It was really good, but weak in alcohol. I understand it was early in the day and I get it.
Yeah. You want that strong one right up front.
Absolutely. All right,
that
moving
drink
on.
was only $6.50.
Your drink was only $6.50. Not bad at
Yeah.
all.
No, that was none of the drinks were that expensive.
We wish you a jolly holiday. This is the ending of the stage show that's in the Theater of the Stars.
Sam, is there a better stage show at Disney right now?
No, because of the Muppets here, I don't think so. Unless you want to consider what's this, a stage show, because that would give it a pretty good run for its money. But yeah, this is a great stage.
I think it depends on what you like. Do you like the Muppets or do you like Jack Skellington? If you like both, then both of these are. I like them both. There's something Hollywood about this. There's something 50s glitz, glamour, Bing
That's exactly
Crosby,
what they're after.
the old timey variety show thing to this show that I absolutely adore.
Did they change it up a little bit from last year?
Yeah,
because
they added more Muppets.
Okay, and last year they had more of a sort of like it's a radio broadcast, and we're interrupting the broadcast, and they didn't have that this year.
No, it's they got rid of a lot of the talking that was in between that kind of made no sense. This is a cleaned up version and more Muppets, and it's more of a show.
Yes. So last year it was staged as a variety show, and they would have sort of a break in between it where there was a commercial break and they acted out a commercial. That stuff wasn't there this year, but that's okay. It was awesome. What's new this year? This is and you and I had speculated a few times on where this would be and what this would be.
Yeah.
So
we nailed it.
We did. It's a skating show. Now, we're still not sure if this is real ice or not. It may not be.
It is not. Because, Sam, you and I both have skated. We both watch ice hockey. If you skate for a little bit, you get a little bit of ice on your skates.
Oh, sure.
These people had no ice on their skates, and there was no snow, no nothing.
Well, I even noticed what they were clearly wearing skates and they were sliding. That goes without saying. That was definitely happening, but I'm not sure how it worked. Something that I need to look into to figure out.
I will absolutely say about this show, to not over review it. I will. The simplest way of saying, look, it's an ice skating show in the middle of Hollywood studios
with some really cool projections happening behind you.
And it's still the novelty of it. It's great. It adds to it. Doesn't take anything away. It adds to the party. Seating is easy. Don't sit too close to the speaker. It is really loud.
Okay. And by the way, you say seating. I had not seen that in this venue before, where they were allowing people to sit close to the stage, and then there was a roll of tape, and behind that tape you had to stand. And
it was very Hong Kong or Tokyo Disney Sea of Disney to do that here.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't aware.
So the show is good. The show is fine. It's
about 12 minutes long, I think.
12 minutes long. Listen, this show would be a whole lot better with two things. One, you don't need to use Be Our Guest for every song, no matter what it is. This is a holiday show. Stick to the holiday music.
That's fine.
I did love the new Jollywood Nights song because they have a brand new song. It's about Jollywood Nights that plays first.
Yep.
But this would be a whole lot better if halfway through the show, a giant gingerbread man named Ollie comes out, poses, and then disappears. He doesn't even need to do anything.
Just be there. I thought that's where you were going earlier in the show when you mentioned it, but yeah.
Yep. That's all he's got to do. He doesn't have to skate. He doesn't have to nothing. Just walk out and be like, boom, I'm Ollie. I'm out. And just pieces out.
That would be cool. All right. That would be cool. I agree with you. On to what's this? Of course, fabulous. The puppetry, just amazing. Oh, I didn't mean to do that because this is a play.
The story I came here to tell. Every now and again, often more than it seems, when your eyelids are heavy and thick.
Just cool. I mean, how can you not love that
puppet that shows up at Halloween? When you are watching it from the castle during Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, it looks impressive and large. When you see this sitting in that theater, he looks like he's a 20-foot giant.
He may be.
It's massive.
Let me go back a second.
Impressive.
Here, these are people sitting in chairs just down from him. So if one of these
feet,
persons,
12 to 16 feet.
Yeah, easy. Just amazing.
But it's absolutely stunning. They've done such a good job with that.
They have. Speaking of fireworks, Jingle Bell Jingle Bam is the show during Jollywood Nights, and it's the only time you can see Jingle Bell Jingle Bam during Hollywood Nights. And I know there are a lot of people upset with that you can't see it on a normal night, but it is what it is. It's a great show. It's there. It's the same as I've seen before. I didn't notice any differences.
It has been around for a long time, and now that it's behind a paywall, it makes it less.
Yes.
But I will say this. It's nice to have fireworks in the middle of Jollywood.
Yes. And it is sort of in the middle of the day. It's at 10, but this party goes to 1. So that's kind of cool. Loved it. I have no problem with it at all.
It's all good.
Let's talk to characters for a second, because I did make my way back to Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah.
So I get a character photo this time, Greg, because I was there. I got to meet Mando and hung out with Grogu just a little bit. In fact, talked to him a little bit.
Grogu, hope you're well.
All good stuff. Right?
It's Grogu, man. It's Mando Grogu.
Gotta like it.
How was your line for that?
The 3 people in front of me. Maybe?
Yeah. That's amazing, wasn't it?
Not a lot. 3 people in front of me. And by the way, after this, Rise of Resistance, walk on. All the way through. Walk right on.
Yeah. Just walk right on.
Hey, Barbara. Hello. Thanks for
joining. It was
us.
nice that they had more stuff spread out in Toy Story Land and Galaxy's Edge to do, which again soaked up some of the crowd and made the rest of it even better.
Yes. Before we get to your characters, Phineas and Ferb were there. I did want to throw one other piece of food here, because I really, really like this. This is the meatballs and polenta, which is that was
over
really
at,
good over Rizzo's.
Pizza Rizzo's.
At Pizza Rizzo's. Very good. I loved it. Would recommend this one. It was worth getting. It was the end of the day. There was nobody in Pizza Rizzo's. Just walk right in and get it. Really good.
Yeah, I heard from a few people, including yourself, that was I should have tried that.
It was good. All right, on to your character photos. Santa Duffy, really?
Dude, I went into Jollywood Nights needing 3 meet and greets. Santa Duffy, Baloo as Tailspin, and Lotso Bear. I just needed the 3 bears.
The 3 bears.
And I got a whole lot more. Sam, I met 20 characters. It just would not stop the amount of characters.
I got more pictures coming because you did. But how about
by the way,
Strange?
Santa Duffy is I thought I want to hate Santa Duffy, Sam. And this is between us and the fans watching. I want to hate this bear. I want to hate it. I saw him and a tear came out of my eyes, and I leapt into his arms and squeezed him and fell in love with this stupid thing.
So why Duffy go away? He just moved back to Japan.
Yeah, he's got all his friends out there, man. He's got lots of friends.
Baloo down on the bottom. No comment.
Yes.
You're with Baloo. That's great.
Yeah, look at Baloo. What's going on, Baloo?
Doctor Strange, dude. I didn't know he
they
wasn't
need better lighting around Baloo.
Yeah, the lighting is good.
Yeah. Doctor Strange. What is Doctor Strange doing in Hollywood studios, my friend?
What's Doctor Strange doing in Walt Disney World? Clearly, he's not covered in the contract that Universal has. And that
was
makes me like,
absolute
who else?
Surprise. And it was amazing to see him on the East Coast. I was shocked by that, and I was pleasantly surprised.
I was too when I saw him. I thought, wait a minute, you're not supposed to be here. Meaning in Hollywood studios, because there's nothing Marvel in.
Dude, we got to get that picture out of here. That Baloo thing is bothering me.
That said, let's go back to Toy Story Land. I did not make it back to Toy Story Land.
What is wrong with Bo Peep's face, man?
She's porcelain. It's Toy Story 4. She's porcelain.
So at the end of the night, I was like, I had not seen Lotso yet. So we saw Mando and Grogu. I was like, I got to get to Lotso. While we're at Lotso, Bo Peep is out, and I'm like, oh no, do we miss Lotso? And there's like 3 or 4 people behind me in line, and then the cast member comes up and goes, hey, if you would like to meet Bo Peep real quick, come get a picture, and then you get back in line for Lotso's going to finish out the night. And I was like, yes, Lotso's going to finish out the night. So I went up and got a picture with creepy Bo Peep. And then Lotso
from Toy Story 4.
Yeah. Lotso comes out. Lotso, again, I needed to hug on this giant bear.
Does he smell like strawberry?
He did. The whole area smelled like strawberry. I had wanted to meet him out in Disneyland, but Sam said no.
That isn't true.
Grabbed me by my hand and walked me away from Lotso Bear.
The story is not true. I met Lotso the bear in Hollywood Studios in the Animation Academy when they still screened movies when they were going to be new.
Yeah.
So that's before the movie came out. Toy Story 2 came out. We met Lotso.
So I got to finally meet him. And as I was talking to him, I was like, oh my gosh, this is the greatest thing ever. I'm so happy to end my night meeting you. And then in my head, Sam, I went, Lotso's supposed to be evil. I was like, you know what, Lotso? Why don't you and I together just take over the world? And then I slipped and continued talking. I should stop there. And instead, I went on to say, or maybe we could take over the bedroom together.
We'll keep going to Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party.
It's exactly what everybody else said to me, and they all ran away.
Because here, once again, we got some wonderful, not as detailed as Jollywood Nights, but clearly a move into the direction of, wow, there's lots of stuff going on. Look at everything happening.
Lots of character changes, lots of movement.
So let's talk characters here, dude, because you're right back there with all the characters. Who else you got?
It doesn't stop, man. I'm dancing with characters. I'm dancing with Judy Hopps, with Nick Wilde, Chip and Dale were out there. Goofy and Max in their holiday outfits were dancing. And that was at Club Tinsel in Tomorrowland. As you walked in, you got to see they had the 2 gingerbread out this year. Last year was the marching wooden toy soldiers.
I was hoping for the soldiers. Yep.
This year it was the gingerbread men. In the back in Storybook Circus, you could meet Santa Claus. You could meet Minnie, Ebenezer Scrooge, Daisy, and Donald. And man, I was in the perfect outfit because I matched Daisy and Donald perfectly.
I see that.
And
so that was in back in Storybook Circus is where that.
Yes, that was in the big top.
Got it. Okay. All right. Keep going with Greg's meets.
Rapunzel. I'm sorry. Aurora was out, and I wish I sent you the better picture. I have a picture of her just looking at me going, what am I doing with this man on my arm? And I was like, that's the greatest picture ever. Mickey Mouse. You have to meet Mickey Mouse in his dapper attire. Stitch was out. Obviously, you meet Santa, Jack, and Sally were out.
Santa Claus.
And then Sam, there was more bears. Lots more bears.
I love
bears. Yes.
I don't have more pictures, but there's a comment from John. Did you get it? I did not get to watch them record the Christmas parade.
So I was home by the time Elton John hit the stage. He was there to record one song for the Christmas special that'll air on at 10 a.m. on Christmas Day. Yep. Unless they were whichever one else. But he decided to just keep playing, Sam. He played like 3 or 4 songs just for the crowd. And then probably the biggest spectacular of fireworks we have seen at Magic Kingdom in years happened while he was playing and finishing up.
That is amazing. So that
Elton John played our neighborhood, man. It was awesome.
That's exactly what happened. I love it. All right, let's move on because some of the cool things that happen during these parties are some overlays to attractions. There's one that you experienced. This is the Tomorrowland Speedway. Do they call it
which I just put up on YouTube just about an hour ago.
All cool. I did that last year. It looked to be kind of the same. In fact, one of the things I did, I'll show you next, which was Space Mountain.
How was that, my friend?
Well, I have some video of it because one of the things I did want to do was ride the People Mover, because riding the People Mover to get footage of the Speedway was kind of cool. But then we kept going, and here's the entrance into Space Mountain. And kind of talked through this just a bit. There's an overlay in Space Mountain, new this year. I've never seen it before. It's super cool. As we approach the lift hill.
or as we always call it, Space Mountain. Our high-speed rocket boats just use space destination.
You can hear the music picking up a little bit, and here comes the lift here.
That's cool.
That's really cool. So that's the lift hill. I'm going to forward just a little bit here to get towards the end because there is a part towards the end where you can look back in, and because the lights are shining off and on, you can see into Space Mountain with the music. Super cool. That's going to come up here in just a second.
Yeah. It was such a good, they updated it.
All right, here you go. Watch this.
John knows what's going on.
That is so cool. Just cool as can be, dude. I mean, it's so cool. You're inside Space Mountain. Now, of course, I wrote it with all that music playing and the lights blinking on and off, and you could see where you were kind of going, and it's strobe lights that are green and red. Really cool, and just a fun time, man. Loved it.
Did they have the roof? I didn't see if the roof was lit up this year. They only did that for like a year or two where the ceiling was lit up. That was really cool.
I
do like the update this year.
You're talking the outside?
Yes.
Yeah, I did not notice the outside.
Yeah, no, we would have noticed. And there's our popcorn buckets that both you and I now own.
There's the popcorn bucket right on Main Street. I had to include that little clip. And of course, we both have ours. Yours is behind you. Mine's right there. Moving on. Oh, some of the food there. Dude, the chocolate eggnog tart, really good, man. This was at Pecos Bills.
That was
along with the drink. I forget what it was, but it was really, really good too.
Right. All of it looked phenomenal. I was done sugar at that point. I'd been like, I had so many cookies.
I can understand that. There was Christmas parade. Can I play these both at once? Yeah, I can. I can play both at once. Fireworks.
Yeah.
Parades. All just
fireworks and parade at the same time. Look, you're remixing Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party.
You know what? Let's see if we can remix it. Let's go ahead and turn the audio on. That's the remix.
Chaos.
It's chaos. Yeah, it's not a remix.
Look, Christmas parade. Fireworks, Minnie's fireworks, always phenomenal. It's just a feel. It's just so classic. Christmas parade got a few updates this year. There's new music. There's some substitutions on music that was taken out. Some of it works really well. Adding in the Frozen part in the beginning section.
Yes.
Adding in the section for Mickey with his Christmas tree. Excellent. Taking out Must Be Santa. Killed me, man.
Must Be Santa. You're talking for the stage show?
The parade.
Oh, the parade. I didn't notice. Was that the only thing that? So they took out the song.
They took out the song and replaced it with Christmas Time at Christmas, and then they also replaced Candy Shop.
You're right. Candy Shop had been in it. I didn't notice those things, but I will when I rewatch my video.
Oh,
and John, yes, I
once
agree.
You know about it, you cannot unhear it because I used to walk away singing "Must Be Santa."
Me too.
Must be Santa Claus. And now I walked away from the parade going, "Yeah, that happened." It's still good.
John, you are right. Is it worth the money? I love going every few years to the Christmas party. Same with Halloween
Jollywood Nights.
We go back and forth.
So Jollywood Nights, and this is my opinion, Jollywood Nights, I think, is 100% worth the price. $169, I think, is a good price for Jollywood Nights. Mickey's Very Merry, once you start getting into that $189 and above, they sold a lot of tickets this year.
They did. They
sold a lot of tickets, and it is a lot. It felt like a park day with how big the crowd was.
Agree. All right,
and to the point where we watched the second parade, and there was more people watching the second parade than I've ever seen watch a second parade.
We were going to go down to Frontierland for the second parade because that usually is where crowds are really thin. But we ended up with a decent spot in front of the castle with just a few minutes ago. Right?
You didn't have to push those kids out of the way. Like you just pushed him, man.
Speaking of
Just
pushing,
kidding.
while the parade was going on, I walked right in to the ice cream parlor. The
Yes.
gingerbread milkshake.
Holly
phenomenal.
wants a review on this.
It was the best. It was awesome. The little gingerbread man is really good. I wish I had
Tastes like
gotten
the
two.
Epcot ones.
Similar. It's really good. This was one of my favorite things at this party right there.
Okay,
Boom.
that's a good review then.
All right. 2 weeks ago on This Week at Walt Disney World. See what I did there?
Yeah, I like that.
2 weeks ago on This Week at Walt Disney World, Greg caught the construction of the gingerbread house at the Grand Floridian. Last week on This Week at Walt Disney World, Greg caught the completed version of the gingerbread house at the Grand Floridian. At the end of the Christmas party, pretty late at night, probably 12:30 after midnight, early hours of the next morning, we decided that we'd monorail over to take a look at the gingerbread house because I didn't have a lot of time. We'll go take some pictures. And when we got there, it was behind caution tape and construction walls.
And why was that, Sam?
Well, and it's because, and I just realized this, if you look to the back of this image, there's no other decorations inside the Grand Floridian other than the gingerbread house being built.
Yeah.
So what they were doing was hanging those decorations.
1:30 a.m. in the morning.
About that. It's probably 1 o'clock, 12:45, somewhere around there, but they were all being wheeled in. They were hanging them. It was interesting to watch this all happening outside. Wow. Just lots and lots of trees wrapped up with their destination. You might not be able to see it here, but these say that they're headed to the store on the second floor. But really cool to see that actually happening, right? And it's interesting, too, because we always get the video of the Magic Kingdom being decorated and how they do that. It was the same people in the same green outfits and hard hats and all the things that you see in the Magic Kingdom. They were just at the Grand Floridian in all of their big gear and cranes.
And next they'll go to, they'll be headed to Wilderness Lodge next to do it there. And
go right down the list.
These guys put that stuff up overnight at all these resorts and do such a phenomenal job.
If I had been staying there, there may have been cause to just hang out.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I agree.
It's so cool because all of those crates are full of. Now, what would have been cool is to see the truck show up because there was a tractor trailer or a flatbed that showed up and they had forklift all those things off and probably.
And then a giant tree has to be brought in. And I would have loved to have sat there with a camera on time lapse.
Yeah.
Upstairs.
And you could have done it. You could have done it from the top looking down just to see all of it happen. But of course, I wasn't going to. They'll probably wrap that up at about 6 a.m., I would guess.
Yeah.
5 or 6.
To be in the park, too.
Midnight. You figure 4, 5, 6 hours to get that done. So from midnight until 5, 6 a.m. That was cool. Anyway, you also spotted some decorations in the form of gingerbread houses at the boardwalk.
Yeah, boardwalk looked great. It's the same type of gingerbread house as last year. Not a big difference, not a big change. The store does open at 2 p.m. daily, so they do have a lot of stuff for sale. They have your boardwalk pins, they have your cup, they have ornaments. So they have a lot of stuff that is for sale that goes along with this. This display looks so much better once the decorations are going in, and we caught it the day it opened, and the decorations were going in that night.
Yeah, just like all over. And more gingerbread houses.
And we'll check it. We'll be back. Don't get us wrong. We will be back to get all the
decorations. First look at the Beach Club gingerbread carousel. Beach Club, right? Yeah, this is the Beach Club.
This is Beach Club. Yacht Club is not done yet. How cool is this carousel?
It is cool. So different themes. Last year it was princesses. This year it is the Mickey's Christmas Carol. So there's Ebenezer Scrooge. There's the Thanksgiving feast.
There's Goofy as Marley. There is Giant Willie is represented with his Smashio. You have all the black one is so the ghost of Christmas past, the present, and future is all represented. The green one obviously is Jiminy Cricket. You have Giant Willie is Ghost of Christmas Present, and then of course Pete is Ghost of Christmas Future, and he is represented there. And then the main one is Ebenezer Scrooge with all his money bags and cash, which is weird because he doesn't carry cash around; he carries coins. So that's just it's a Greg thing. No, it doesn't mean anything.
This wasn't super early in the morning, but this is probably 10 p.m. This is after leaving Epcot for the day.
Yeah, it looks, again, trust me, get over there.
Oh, yeah.
You want to see this one.
Yeah, and I think it's another situation where the rest of the decorations have not been displayed at the Beach Club, and there's probably a lot more to go up that we haven't even noticed in the past.
Yeah, I will be over there tomorrow.
Awesome. Disney Springs.
Yes.
Disney Springs, the Christmas Tree Stroll 2024 is it's out.
It is out.
One of the trees is inside World of Disney.
One of the trees is behind glass.
I missed the one inside World of Disney. What's behind glass? Here's just a sampling of some of the trees.
Behind glass is the tree by World of Disney, and what you have to do is use your magic band to light it up, and then right next to it is another window with another magic band display where a train goes by. It is phenomenal. They did so good on the.
I want to see video of that because I missed that. I want to see video of that.
I will get you video tomorrow.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right.
Look, all the trees are great.
Yesterday morning, we divided and conquered before I headed back to.
Yeah, we had so much to get for the show. So you and I did not.
I went over to Animal Kingdom. It is indeed the first day of the Merry Menagerie, same as last year. Really cool. The flute player, violin, and the drums, Christmas music. Kids love that. It's awesome. You went to Hollywood Studios to experience brand new holiday entertainment that is there for the park, not for Jollywood Nights, but happening during the day. Tell me a little bit about these things.
Yeah, so they have it is season. What you're seeing here is Seasons Jukebox. There is 3 new entertainment that is happening from 9 a.m. until I think 5 p.m.
That sounds about right.
And what they do is they're kind of all around Echo Lake or Animation Courtyard. Or this band is a marching band, brass band that plays from Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. They march all the way down Commissary Lane. They stop across from Baseline Tap House. They perform for a few minutes, and then they march a crowd back towards Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, all while playing holiday tunes.
That's cool.
It's cool. Great. They do such a good job. It's like a pep rally for like historically Black colleges and stuff. These guys are great, and I'm so happy to see them there. And man, can they perform? Like that's a awesome. Serious brass band playing.
That was one of the entertainment offerings. This is the second. What the heck?
In your bingo card, Sam, did you have characters coming out performing with these acts in your?
I've never seen that before.
Never seen that before. We got to see the first showing of the Juggling Elves, and as we're standing there, out walks Donald Duck and stands at the rope line, so you can see him in the bottom right corner.
They're on the bottom,
he is watching the show. And then next thing you know, he hugs a kid. He takes a picture. Next thing you know, they bring him on stage and he is plate spinning and he is like, he's helping out the show. And you're like, this is going to end in a disaster. Like it's Donald Duck. How does it, but it doesn't end in a disaster. It ends in everybody being happy and joy. Elves, they start at Brown Derby. They go over to Echo Lake. They end the day over Animation Courtyard.
That's awesome. Love it. So that's the second. And the third one looks like Max Goofy's in
Max Goof. Look at that picture. All of them dancing along together. Yeah. So these guys are out there. They play, it's like dad jokes and a good band. Like, and it's great. It's really, they're fun. Like Max will do the hula. He'll lead the kids in a conga dance around the area. And he is sitting out there, and they're all in their holiday outfits, including Daisy Duck.
Oh, Daisy's there as well. I don't see Daisy in the pictures, but that's awesome. Love it. Look, holidays all over the map. We said we had lots to talk about. So any other holiday thing you want to add here before I switch gears?
We'll talk about more holidays on next week, on this week.
We absolutely will. Next week.
Let's move on. We got
last week and the week before. But let's go to the other little thing that was going on, which is this D23 Brazil. Which is the first time I believe there was a D23 event in Brazil.
First time.
I had been notified by Disney reps that there would be no new announcements happening and no media coverage and blah, blah, blah. And there really wasn't any new announcements, but there were some additional information about things we already knew.
A lot of new information about things. Yeah.
And that's where I thought would start, because one of those is around Villains Land. And you, my friend, picked up on this right away. And it is that construction will be starting, quote, very, very soon.
Yes, that is the big quote out of that.
Which, by the way, they can start construction. They could have already started and we would not know, because they're going to be way back behind Haunted Mansion doing this stuff.
Right. So in that, they said that it will start very, very soon. In our story, a mysterious spell has been cast summoning all these villains from every realm. He told the crowd, in this land, the heroes, they don't come to save the day. Their night might not be a happily ever after, but you never know, right?
That's right.
And then they went on to announce the 13 characters, and I'm going to go through them real quick because
hold on. Let me before you do that, let me roll. I'm going to start this, and then I mute the music and we could talk to it. This is a video that Disney shared on Instagram with the villains.
Magic mirror on the wall.
I know.
Who now is the fairest one of all?
Okay, now what I've done, Greg, before you read that list, is I went through this video and freeze framed every one of the villains that was seen in this video.
Okay.
And I came up with
Magic mirror on the wall.
9, 18. I thought I was done, and then I found 2 more. So I found 20 villains here, and I want you to read me the ones that Disney talks about.
Okay. Disney has announced that there is 13, and they have officially announced 13 villains for it. And the villains they have on here are Queen of Hearts, Jafar, the Evil Queen as herself and the Old Hag.
So that's 2.
Lady Tremaine, Yzma, Cruella de Vil, Captain Hook, Maleficent and Maleficent as the Dragon, Gaston, Mother Gothel, Ursula, Hades, and finally, Chernabog.
Okay, so all of that said, here's what I did, because I have a star next to each of those that you just named.
Yep.
There are 15 stars because you named 13 villains, but 2 of them are counted twice.
Correct.
Right? So that's why there's 15.
Yeah.
Which means there are 5 villains on here that you did not name.
Right.
They are Car, the snake from the Jungle Book.
Yep.
Which I could see there. Dr. Facilier.
Mm-hmm.
He's got to be there, man.
Nope.
Magnifico from Wish.
Yeah.
And from The Sword and the Stone, Mama Mim.
Madam Mim and Scar. Yeah.
And Scar.
Yep.
So those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 additional villains were not named in that list, but they're in the video. What do you think's going on? It's a conspiracy, my friend.
It is. It's they're villains, man. They're trying to throw you off from the beginning. Imagine going down the car roller coaster.
Okay, so that's where my head went, dude, because I saw your list that you posted, and I was confused at first because you said there's 13, and then I read it, and there's 15 names, but it's because Maleficent and the Dragon are 2, and I get that.
But they're the same person, so they count as 1.
It just like the Evil Queen and the
Old Hag, same person.
Same person.
Right.
But
so,
I mean, Scar's not on that list. Scar should be there. The only
Scar
one
is okay. I'm going to say this now.
Has to be.
I'm going to say this now, right? I'm going to say this now, and in 5 years, you're going to be like, I remember you saying that. Scar is not part of this because they are going to bring that attraction of the Lion King land to Animal Kingdom at some point in the future.
Okay.
So why put him in Villains Land?
Well, why put Ursula in this land? Because she's in the Little Mermaid, right?
Because exactly, she's at the Magic Kingdom already.
Right. So Scar, we'll see what happens.
Scar is Animal Kingdom. Scar
Dr.
can stay in Animal
Facilier
Kingdom.
needs to be here, man.
Facilier's dead.
No, Facilier needs to be here. The Shadow Man, dude. The Shadow Man needs to be looking over Tiana's Bayou
He's
Adventure.
not in there because of Tiana's Bayou Adventure. We've moved on and past him.
No, he needs to be staring at Tiana's Bayou Adventure.
And Magnifico can stay away. His movie sucked. He sucked.
He needs to be in Villain's Land going, where's that Tiana's Adventure? I want to put an end to that.
Right.
That's what he needs to be doing.
And sabotage it. He's just walking around with a voodoo rabbit.
If there's any visual between him and Tiana's, he needs to be able to look at it and say things about it.
That's exactly it, man. See, they need us to write this.
The only one to me that doesn't fit is the latest one from Wish.
Magnifico. I'm telling you, he's horrible. He can stay away. Stay away from the Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, everyone else
Go
there.
over
I think
to Epcot,
even Mama Mim.
Madam
Mim. I'm sorry, not Mama, Madam Mim.
Madam Mim.
And I'm good with that. She's just funny.
But how cool. So, Sam, my favorite Disney movie and what got me into Disney as a whole was Fantasia. So how cool is it to see Chernabog is going to show up in the parks?
That is cool.
Yeah.
Chernabog had been part of the one of the parades. There was a parade that he was. I'm blanking on it. He was in one of the parades where he opened up Spectro Magic. I think it was part of. If I remember correctly, it's part of. Now, what got me into Disney when I was a kid was watching Robin Hood. I'd love to see the Robin Hood villain in here.
Yeah, I mean, Prince John. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. It is what
just
it is.
Walking around.
The other one I see missing is Pocahontas, and I only say that because you see him walk around.
Villain?
No, the dude from Pocahontas, the guy that used to be in Phantasmic.
He's technically, is he a villain? I guess. I don't know. John.
This is going to be
Jon
the start of some great conversations because look, are these going to be walk around characters? Are these going to be the inspiration for attractions and shops and restaurants? Where are these going to be?
All of it. Yes. Well, they did announce they're going to have 2 attractions and 2 restaurants. We don't know if they're quick service or restaurants plus shopping. It's just and constructions can start very, very soon. Man, I am excited. They're going to keep building this up for the next few years, and I'm going to get more and more riled about it. I love this. Bring on the villain.
We're going to talk more about this later. I'm going to keep this slide because I did a lot of work to pull this together.
You did.
Time I did. I also, once upon a time, Greg, you and I talked about the road signs at Walt Disney World.
Oh, we have, right? Yes.
And the newer signs, the blue and the old purple ones, which I can remember when the purple ones were new. And you said, oh, yeah, there's one that they forgot. They just never changed it. I'm like, no, that's not true. Well, gosh darn it, when I left Animal Kingdom, dude, it is indeed true.
Yeah, look how clean that looks. Look how clean that, dude. I'm not kidding. 2 years ago, repainted that whole thing. Used the wrong type of paint for Florida.
Well, clearly the purple that they used was not the right purple. But anyway,
yeah, they left up that one and the next one are the only 2 purple ones left.
Meanwhile, I was able to finally find where they make these things, dude. Where you can buy these magnets at Disney Springs.
Did you catch up? Did you buy them all?
Well, they only had 3 of them or 4 of them.
Yeah. That's because you got to get them right away or they're gone.
Yeah. So the brand new Muppet 70th magnet is Gene.
Gene, the behemoth. I love Gene. Dude, Gene has been there from day one. Like he's always eating something. Or do you remember when he was in a jail cell and they accidentally they accidentally open up the cell and you crawl into his belly and he's just like, no. I love him, man.
I remember him opening his mouth and another Muppet being in it talking.
Yes. Yes.
Was it Pepe?
It was like he swallowed one of the Muppets and then it was inside his stomach talking. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So
you know what? I can't wait. Fridays at noon, 1 o'clock, we get new drops. And
that's when that happens?
I'm there first thing in the morning on Fridays at 10 a.m. to pick them up.
So
I love
we
this
are up
collection.
to 12 of 70. the
And they
Behemoth
are,
14. Yeah. Wow.
I have them all, Sam, and I'm looking at them right now. I am so happy my daughter and I have something to collect together.
That's awesome. And I hadn't seen since we have 9, 10, 11, and 12 are available. That was when I was at Disney Springs 2 days ago.
Yeah. And again, if you're looking to collect these, they are only out for 1 month, 30 days from the day that they're released. They're out for 30 days and then they disappear. And you know what, Sam? They are sticking to that. They are disappearing after 30 days. They pull them off the shelf.
So are there usually 4 of them you can find, like the last 4 when you go in?
Yep. That's normally it. Normally when you go and order, only 2 of them show up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you got to kind of ask.
All right. I do have one more thing that I wanted to share before we wrap. And I was going to share this at the end as part of the outro, but I think I'm going to play it now.
Yeah.
And that is basically Disney Plus and Hulu's This Is What's Coming in 2025. Because this is going to give us lots of things to talk about in future editions of This Week at Walt Disney World.
Yes.
So, Greg, I'm going to play this now. And if you're watching a replay and we jump right to the end credits, it's because we had to cut this piece out.
Yeah. Before we hit play on that, I do want to mention 1 or 2 other things for Disney Plus. Once Upon a Christmas. Once Upon a Christmas. Yeah, it's Once Upon a Christmas is due out tomorrow on Disney Plus. It is the story of the baby owl that was found inside the Rockefeller Christmas tree. They made into a Disney Plus short.
True story.
That comes out.
True story. The owl and the Christmas
we got
tree,
new announcement today that the final 6 episodes of the Bluey minisodes are due out December 9th. And Sam, I know you're not a Bluey fan, but for those of us that are, it's heartbreaking because we have no new Bluey coming.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Well, we can go back and watch them all together because I haven't seen them, so they're all new to me.
Oh, you'll be a train wreck as a father. Train wreck. Love me some Bluey.
All right,
let's hit this, man. This is great. Love this. And if you again, yeah,
we'll be right back when this is over. Is that cool? You and I will be right back.
Yeah.
I got something coming up. Something kind of big.
It just feels like the one.
Let's make it worth it.
Excellent.
Sometimes your work family is closer to you than your family.
This could be a real adventure.
A crew of murderous pirates is coming.
I found the president lying next to his bed.
Did you kill him?
I have one rule. Stay out of the basement. This ship collected specimens on faraway moon. Watched us.
I want to build something iconic.
How far are you willing to go? Get what you want. By the look of it, you've come up in the world. I wonder if your darker half would agree.
What's up? It's Russ Holiday, former quarterback. But I'm not done with football.
You get to decide who you are.
My name's Chad Powers.
Your family was fostering a little girl. We're supposed to be on the same team.
True that we are on the same team.
She's not who she says she is. Is there no one who can help us?
We need a pilot.
You're thinking like a thief. I'm thinking like a soldier. Think like a leader.
Something big is about to happen. Let's bring them home.
All of this world, everything's changed.
Dude, Andor and Skeleton Crew.
Go.
That's all I got to say.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say.
That Percy Jackson and the Olympians. I'm excited for that one. I'm really excited for Ironheart. And What If comes out this month, I think. So Marvel stuff looks good, but you know us. We're Star Wars guys. So
I'm going right to Star Wars.
Skeleton Crew.
Absolutely.
Let's go. Yep.
That's exactly where I'm going. But that gives us stuff to talk about
Yeah.
because I'll be more than willing. Andor season 2, can't wait to see that.
Let's go. Hey, everybody, you
Crew,
can make sure. Thank you so much for everybody sticking around. You can always get Sam at samsdisneydiary.com, Sam's Disney Daily on Instagram. I hope you're watching at Sam's Disney Diary on YouTube. You can get me at fantasylandnews.com, Fantasyland News blog on Instagram, Fantasyland News, which you're probably watching on right now. Thank you so much. It is always appreciated. As always, I'm going to say end of line.
Congaloosh. I leave you with a funky version of the intro.